Hello, I'm Jackie Nesbro. Watch NBC6 on our app, Roku, Apple TV, and YouTube. And here are the 6 things to know. Police say a South Florida 8th grader was arrested after threatening to shoot minorities in a group chat filled with classmates. The 13-year-old student attends Leawood K-8 Center in Kendall. The arrest report says the 8th grader wrote in a group chat that he hated minorities and did not care if they were oppressed. Like it or not, you'll now have to pay if you drive through the express lanes on the Palmetto Expressway. FDOT says drivers who choose to use the new lanes will pay a minimum of 50 cents per segment. People within the No More Tolls movement are working to collect 1 million signatures. Their goal is to put an amendment on the 2020 ballot to give only voters the power to raise tolls in the Sunshine State. The tropics are busy. Tropical storm Lorenzo formed in the far eastern Atlantic. Meanwhile, tropical storm warnings were issued for Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands for tropical depression Karen. Karen is expected to pass near or over the islands tomorrow. A Florida police officer is now out of a job after he arrested 2 6-year-olds. One of the minors allegedly kicked a teacher. The Orlando police officer apparently handcuffed that girl, put her into a police cruiser, took her into a juvenile justice center where she was fingerprinted and had a mugshot taken. Officials say the arrest of any person under the age of 12 requires the approval of a watch commander, which the officer did not have. Violence erupts outside of Haiti's parliament when a senator opened fire, hurting 2 people, including a journalist. Senators were convening to approve Fritz William Michael's nomination as prime minister. Several hundred opposition supporters confronted Senator Ralph Fethier and other senators from the governing party. Fethier pulled his gun when protesters rushed at him and members of his entourage. Thousands of people in the Bahamas still have nowhere to go nearly a month after Hurricane Dorian wiped out much of Grand Bahama and Abaco Islands. The Category 5 hurricane has killed more than 50 people, with some 1,300 people still unaccounted for. But while Grand Bahama and Abaco are mostly destroyed, other islands escaped relatively unscathed.
The NBC6 First Alert Weather Team, certified most accurate 6 years in a row.
Well, we're up to 12 tropical storms already so far this hurricane season in the Atlantic. The sun's setting on these, but we've got Jerry there at southwestern Bermuda, Karen, or what's left of it, in the Caribbean, and Lorenzo way out there in the Atlantic. Here comes the loop again. You'll see it south of the Cape Verde Islands. That system, Lorenzo, not a threat to anyone. Jerry will stay out at sea. Karen should go to Puerto Rico as a tropical depression only, so that's not that big of a deal as it heads to bring some rain to Puerto Rico over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, in South Florida, a delightful start to fall. Dew points in the 60s, highs in the 80s. Little or no rain in my forecast for this week. And again, despite the activity in the tropics, there are no threats to South Florida. Here's your forecast for Tuesday. You're looking at the future tracker, and you're hard-pressed to find any green on this map because it's expected to be a generally dry day. Sun, a few scattered clouds, a nice breeze still present, not quite as windy as it's been, and the humidity low with those dew points remaining in the 60s. So your temperature forecast looking at a high of 88 to 89 degrees, nice and bright throughout the day tomorrow, and no rain expected. The chance of rain only 10% on Wednesday and Thursday, and then as it becomes a little bit more humid, we'll see a 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms Friday through Sunday.
Thanks, John. And those are your 6 things to know for today. You can always follow all these stories and get a check on the forecast on the NBC6 app.